I'm here today to speak on behalf of Court Order 21 and speak in favor of it. My background is I'm not representing any organization. I'm here as a resident of this county, the 1st District. And my background is I'm a licensed attorney, and by trade I'm a tax lawyer. And I specialize in estate tax law. And I'm a vice president and senior estate tax officer for Bank of America. And I work actually down the street in the Bank of America Plaza building. And I'd like to make, with the time that I have in a short time, 3 quick points. First of all, I want to make the point that Court Order 21, amending the non-discrimination policy for this county to add gender identity and discrimination, is good, first and foremost, good for business, for you as an employer. Non-discrimination policies from the perspective of a minority such as myself means one primary thing: financial security. And I will tell you, at one point, I was once the director of private wealth management at a regional bank in the Carolinas. And it was a place where I knew I would never make my career because of one particular reason. They had no protections for gender identity and gender expression in their non-discrimination policies. And it was soon after I was there and I established their private wealth management division that I quietly left and took a position at Bank of America, who made one promise to me, that no matter what else happens, that my financial security will never be dependent on my gender identity and my gender expression. And in fact, my career there has flourished ever since. And I'll tell you something, if it ever comes to the point where I need to look for another job, I will never, ever apply for a job anywhere where those protections are not in place for me. Because frankly, I need those financial securities. My 10-year-old son needs the financial security that I will not be capriciously fired, harassed, demoted, or marginalized in my work because of the way that I was born. And I'm telling you, these decisions are being made constantly by people, quietly, that you will never see. The people are quietly leaving their positions, and they are quietly never going to apply for places such as Dallas County is right now, where these protections are not in place. And in today's world, where we need to do more with the resources that we have, we need to retain the best employees that we have, you simply cannot afford to leave certain people off the table and let certain people go because you perhaps you want to reserve the right to discriminate against them in the workplace. And the irony is that on this civil rights issue, big business is actually leading the way. There are so many Fortune 500 companies that have these policies in place. The employers in Dallas County who have these policies in place dwarf the county, and I'm telling you, these policies are good for business.
Thank you very much. I'm here to speak in favor of Court Order number 21. I support a fully inclusive non-discrimination statement for the workforce of Dallas County that will include gender identity and expression. I want to thank the Dallas County Commissioners Court for approving the addition of sexual orientation to its non-discrimination policy this past month, but I urge you to go back and complete the effort. Back in 2009, my chapter within the League of United Latin American Citizens, LULAC, Council 4871, also known as the Dallas Rainbow Council, passed a resolution at the district, state, and national conventions. A resolution by the oldest and largest Hispanic civil rights organization in the United States that firmly supports the Employee Non-Discrimination Act. This federal legislation, which has been introduced into Congress since 1994, is gaining momentum because it prohibits discrimination on the job towards lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender employees. We have 111 representatives and 39 senators supporting it currently. The LULAC resolution listed sexual orientation, gender identity, and expression, and our council passed it at all 3 conventions with the whole support of the Hispanic community leaders who believe that everyone in America deserves the right to earn a living without being harassed, demoted, or fired for who they are. Please continue this movement of respect for our LGBT brothers and sisters by including gender identity and expression in your non-discrimination statement. By denying these civil rights protections to our fellow Americans, you're only delaying justice. Please promote a tolerant and accepting workplace and let bigotry be a thing of the past. Thank you for your time.
I've been a resident of District 1 for about 30 years. Of the speakers you're hearing today, all are entitled to hold their beliefs and not change those beliefs. But a belief should not affect Dallas County's employment policy if that belief does not support fairness. The workplace is about behavior and not beliefs. And an employee should be judged how well he or she does their job, period. And as you listen to speakers today, and especially those who may be speaking against Court Order 21, ask yourself, what if this person were the supervisor of a transgender employee? Could that employee be treated fairly? And the answer to this question should reinforce the need for policy change. All employees should be judged on how well they perform their jobs, period. Over half the Fortune 500 companies in America have policies in place to include non-discrimination against transgender employees. For example, admired companies in the Dallas-Fort Worth area like American Airlines, AT&T, Brinker International, Texas Instruments, JCPenney, Kimberly-Clark, UPS, Citigroup. Now you might say, well, these companies are consumer-based and they're reacting to pressure from consumers. But let me offer you this. Two of the defense giants in America, Raytheon and Lockheed Martin, also have a huge presence in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm very proud to have worked for Raytheon for over 30 years. Our company's defense, we're not consumer-based. We have a non-discrimination policy that covers transgender employees because it's good business. It allows us to recruit and keep the best and the brightest of all employees. That's what we need in Dallas County. There are guidelines in place to prevent disruption in the workplace. A company can have dress codes, transition policies. It can be orderly and it can be professional. So today is an opportunity to vote on the side of fairness and inclusion, no matter what your beliefs might be. The behavior in the workplace should be on the side of fairness.